All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. John Elefante, the Amazing Grace, former singer for Kansas, kind of a genius. I want to thank my buddy from Australia who said, hey, you got to have this album. You've got to have it. And he sent it to me. He said, here, I'm going to get it for you. So if you're a fan of Kansas, Journey, maybe a little bit of modern sounding Yes in there as well, because Elefante, he's kind of progressive at times. And he's very creative, very quirky, kind of an unheralded musical genius. If they ever induct Kansas into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which they probably won't, they really should put John in there. But I think most of us would be happy if they put that 70s lineup in there. I don't think they're going to put any lineup in there. It's really just ridiculous. You know what isn't ridiculous? Modern Retro Radio, Modern Retro FM.com. I've misspoke a couple of times on the address for the station. Their number one song this week, to show you that they're playing new stuff by classic artists. Let the Sun Come In by the Pretenders is number one. And a song by Neil Sean is number 4 from the Journey Through Time CD. So, yeah, they're definitely playing music that nobody else will play. It's an internet radio station, modernretrofm.com. Unfortunately, there's a picture of Dave Grohl and Paul McCartney together when you land there, but don't let that deter you. They're good people, and they've got good music most of the time. No radio station is perfect, all right? I know I'm a bit more geezer than this radio station. I'm trying to make people hip and cool, so go check it out. You know who's really not very hip or cool these days is John Mellencamp. Sorry. It's good to have him around still. It's good material for the channel, I guess, but he's out there complaining yet again. This time he says he doesn't want to be a human jukebox. Okay. Here's the deal, folks. One of the things that the radio industry has done, and just talking about modern retro radio, the music industry has kind of put people in a box because they've memory holed so much music out there that when John Mellencamp steps on the stage and does a slightly deeper track that you probably would know if the music industry continued to play the music, and he is probably going a little deeper than even the catalog that was being played back in the 80s and late 70s. I mean, I'm a fan of all of his catalog from, say, 79 up until about 91, right? So all of the 80s stuff and a little overlap on either side. But he's claiming that, hey, I want to play the stuff that makes me happy. And people are complaining. The Cleveland incident, where there's a lot of shouting, there's a lot of heckling going back and forth, a lot of audience participation prior to the concert beginning. Mellencamp showing like a 30-minute artsy video at the beginning about all the things that he likes and old movies. And, Mellencamp is a painter and so forth. I've seen Sammy Hagar do the road trip thing, and I think they go over to Mellencamp's house, and it's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool he's a painter, but the sad reality, and no matter what concert I go to, it's like, wow, that set list was really boring. I mean, it may have been well done, but it's really boring. It's just like when you turn on the radio and it's the same songs. And so Mellencamp, in his frustration, is out there saying, I won't be a human jukebox. I'm going to play what I want to play. And you know what? If somebody pays $250 a ticket and you're not playing the songs that they want to hear, you're going to hear about it, John. You're going to get blasted. And part of it, again, is the fact that the last 30 plus years, we've been in a musical holding pattern, and songs that you used to hear 30 years ago, most of those have been sent right down the memory hole. So, this is today's reality. And if you're thinking, well, these are my hardcore fans, not necessarily. These are probably a lot of casual fans with disposable income, people who voted for Michael Bloomberg or Hillary Clinton for president. Remember when you did that? You went out there and endorsed Michael Bloomberg. The reason I add that in is because those kinds of fans, they probably don't even know half of what you've done in your career, yet they're looking for some good entertainment. And of course, the reviewers in Cleveland were all upset, saying it's Cleveland's fault. We expect this from the people of Cleveland. They have no class. No, they have money and they're spending it on somebody and they're expecting something in return. It's a little transaction here. And as much as personally, I don't like the way the music industry has made this problem worse. However, I do see the fans' perspective on this. They spent the money. They want to hear Pink Houses. If you're not going to play Pink Houses, they're going to give you the middle digit, right? If you're not going to play Jack and Diane or Hurt So Good, believe me, I am very tired of the same 5 John Mellencamp songs. The Lonesome Jubilee, from start to finish, I could listen to that album and really enjoy it. And there are a couple of other Mellencamp albums that I think are right up there, quality-wise. But radio stations have stopped playing a whole bunch of it, and they've, again, over-focused. I mean, do we need to hear Jack and Diane anymore? Probably not. But the fans going to the Mellencamp show, yeah, they're going to want to hear Jack and Diane. And as much as I think that's ridiculous, they paid the money, you're the artist, and I'm thinking, yeah, these people made you a lot of money, probably back in the day when they bought albums, and now they're making you money by showing up at this show. So you probably need to play the song, John. You probably need to get on board with it. And that means you're going to have to be a human jukebox. So I don't know, folks. Look, it's kind of sad because honestly, vocally, John Mellencamp has changed a lot. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. I already did a video about this where he had this new song out there, and I went and gave it an honest listen, put the headphones on, and I was like, holy crap, Batman, this doesn't even sound like John Mellencamp. Of course, that was the inside thought I had. Took the headphones off, cried a little bit because many of my rock and roll heroes, people I grew up listening to, either they don't sound anything like they used to, or, some of them aren't here anymore, or it's just, they're trying really hard, but it's just not the same. There's a little resemblance there. And I've been talking about, like REO Speedwagon lately and 38 Special and some of these bands that I grew up listening to. And it's not just the music, it's the vocals. I mean, otherwise it's just karaoke. I mean, who can string the notes together the best? That would be, the best karaoke, right? And so you might as well just go do that. Why spend a fortune to see the original guy when the original guy can't do what the original guy used to do? I mean, I've probably done 50 videos now on this topic, but in a way I kind of feel sorry for John Mellencamp because, he's out there as an artist. He's trying to be all artsy. He's got his painting. He's got his movie at the beginning. He's trying to draw people into his world. This is what Roger Waters does. He's very political. He tries to bring people in, and some people don't want to go. Hey, man, play Dark Side of the Moon, you know? It's like, and the artist is like, again, no, I'll do what I want to do. But I think the artist does have a responsibility to the patron because of how much money the patron has spent to be there and how inconvenienced we all are now. Because going to a concert is a bit of an arduous experience for many of us, say, over the age of 50. I mean, it was a lot easier when you were younger and, you know, you could tailgate for 4 hours in the parking lot or something and you wouldn't care. But now you got better things to do. All right. Well, anyway, folks, that's my video on the topic. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Still getting smacked around by the algorithm. All the patrons out there, thank you for staying put. If you'd like to help out, Patreon, you can do $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you can afford. I will put a link in the description of this video to where you can sign up for Patreon. And also, don't forget about Modern Retro Radio. It's modernretrofm.com. I'll put a link for that as well. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Oh, and John Elefanti, The Amazing Grace. Amazing album. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.